please do get in touch with us. But on to now my first guest, who was catapulted into the limelight when he hit our screens back in 2009 on the juggernaut of talent shows, The X Factor. Having won the series, he became an overnight success, selling nearly 1 million copies of his debut single, The Climb. Not content with winning one talent show, this year he won his second, pop star to opera star. And with that, he now returns with a brand new album. So please welcome Joe McElderry. Hello. It's so lovely to have you here, and especially so that you've just found out today that your new album, which is only out like
yesterday.
Hours,
it was yesterday. Well, it's not like fully official. It's midweek, so it's a general idea of the way the sales are going. But it's number 2 at the minute, so it's really exciting.
Generally, it's going pretty well.
It's really exciting, and it's a bit of a boost for the day.
We'll talk a bit more about the album in just a second. We're going to see a little clip as well of your video. But I was really interested to read that actually you found pop star to opera star much harder experience than the X Factor.
I think because of X Factor, I was thinking, oh, you know, this is going to be great. I can just go on here, just sing every week. And I thought it was going to be that kind of experience where once you've done it before, you kind of, it's just, you know, automatic gears and just go for it. But that actually literally taught us how to sing again. You know, all over again.
Well, you were telling me you actually hadn't had any formal training and certainly never done any classical singing.
Nothing at all. I mean, I had few singing lessons on X Factor. You know, you have the vocal coaches on there, but previous to that, nothing. So it was all kind of like self-taught, picking things up yourself, which then probably means you have a few bad habits. And I got there, and after the first rehearsal, I literally wanted to break down because they were just like, "That's wrong. This is wrong. That's wrong. You're doing this wrong. You need to do this." And I was like a robot. I came out and I was like, I don't even want to get on stage now because I don't think I can sing anymore.
You were with people who've spent 6-7 years classically training their voices, and in a few months you were supposed to be able to replicate these amazing arias and these wonderful operatic numbers that we all know so well. Some of the really popular.
Well, even and a lot of the arias that I sang on the show as well, people of my age wouldn't try them when they're training because Rolando would say, you know, we're going to give you this aria, but not many people sing it at your age, so good luck, you know. And I'd be like, oh God, yeah. But it was really hard. But now it's done so much for my voice, like the stamina I have and the difference. I'm not scared to try higher notes, and the range has just been extended. It's really good.
And do you feel now that actually you've got appreciation for some kinds of music, certain genre of music that you didn't really know much about?
I'm a fan of opera and classical music now, and I have to admit that I wouldn't have listened to it previous to the show. I would have kind of frowned upon it and been a bit like, you know, it's not really my kind of thing. But when you actually listen to it, it's beautiful music, it's beautiful lyrics, it's beautiful songs. And it's that's why I'm so glad I've been able to incorporate it in this album.
And you're singing in Italian. You've had to learn Italian.
Yeah.
Do you understand it, or are you just understanding what you're singing?
I have an Italian coach in the studio when I'm recording, because obviously you could, if you're recording it, you want to be spot on, because obviously it's going to be used over and over again. And I get translations. The thing that I find difficult, if you forget the words, what do? You know, if you forget the words in an English song,
you go la la la.
Exactly. You could just make something up, but in Italian, I don't know any of the Italian words.
So you have to be clinically
You've got to be on it, yeah.
Which probably helps in terms of the singing, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Because I feel with this style, everything has to be that kind of extra bit, like polished, because it's, you know, the songs that you sing are so huge and like demanding that every breathing position, everything's got to be. It's so technical. It's unbelievable.
Should we have a little look? This is from your new album.
Time to say goodbye. Che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso sì vivrò con te.
Yeah, your friends and family and people who know you from the X Factor. This is a bit of a departure, isn't it, for them? How have your fans greeted this new?
I think we've still got songs on there that the fans that previous to Pop Star Opera Star would have known. You've got Dance to My Father on there, Solitaire. They're the kind of songs I did on X Factor. I did after X Factor. And they're then kind of emotional ballads that I really enjoy singing. So it's great that we've been able to add it all into kind of one concept. And they love it. I mean, I played the album to my grandma last week, and she never normally she never normally like cries at music or anything. She's quite a tough cookie, but she was sobbing. So I was like, okay, job done. We're doing well.
And the video, is that the video where you got caught up in the riots?
Yes.
You were filming?
Yeah, that was in Hackney.
And it was going on outside the window?
I was halfway through the video shoot and...
Nothing to do with the music.
No, exactly. It must just be the effect I have on people. And it was in this like beautiful derelict building, like a location building, and all this banging started happening, and like you could hear people screaming and shouting, and the helicopters were coming over, and we turned the news on, and the aerial view of the thing was basically the building that we were in, and I was like, okay, I think we're in trouble. It was really scary because we're not used to that in this country. You know, we don't get that very often here. And I was outside on the phone talking to somebody, and then I seen like people riding past with like balaclavas on and bags with bricks in their bags, and it was just like it was quite weird.
I love that you either tweeted or I saw a quote from you saying, "Well, it was okay. I had a car waiting outside."
You did because everybody was like, "Should we stop?" But we had a car waiting to kind of just jump in and do it like a James Bond style.
Well, there's a certain edginess to the video. You know, it comes through. It's
panic.
It's a gritty one. Let's talk a bit about X Factor. Back, of course, last Saturday night. The new judges. I know you were so close to Cheryl Cole, and obviously 3 of the judges gone from last year. What did you make of the new panel?
It was really fresh. I think I was like everybody else. I was a bit, what's going to happen? You know, you take 3 of the biggest personalities away from the panel who've been there for 3 years now. It's obviously going to be different. But I thought Talisa and Kelly worked really well together, and it was fresh. And I think, obviously, I love Cheryl as a judge, and I'm going to miss Cheryl. But I think, you know, the show gets bigger and better every year, and it's the show that's the huge brand, and I think
it's still got Simon Cowell's imprint all over it, hasn't it?
It still carries on. It still gets bigger each year, and I think people are just going to love it again. And just in a couple of months' time, they'll not know any different.
And the acts? Did you see anybody?
I did. Yeah, there was a few good ones. There was quite a few funny ones as well. I liked the Irish girl.
Yeah.
The blonde girl. Yeah, she was.
She had a really interesting voice, didn't she? Yeah. I think we're just, you know, as you say, by Christmas time, people will forget, not in a negative way, but they'll just get wrapped up in the series.
Yeah,
won't they?
it's just so huge now. It's like I was laughing when you said juggernaut before. It is a juggernaut. It's just such a huge kind of.
You don't have any regrets about being involved?
I absolutely had the best time of my life on that show. Absolutely, it was to perform to that many people every week, and to be around that kind of environment where it's just full of kind of creative people and everybody's just performing. It was just an ideal situation to be in. Stressful and nerve-wracking, but I loved it.
Joe, thank you very much for coming in and sharing that with us, and stay with us, if you will. Your opinions on overpriced popcorn, amongst other things, coming up. A veritable feast, this show, Joe. Dr. Sarah is